How does it feel to be here on hallowed ground that was occupied by the likes of the Jackson 5?
It feels good. You can almost feel it. You know what I'm saying? You can feel how much blood, sweat, and tears and how much pain they, you know what I'm saying? Actually in this room, you actually can feel it. You know what I'm saying? Just how hard they worked and how bad they wanted it. You know what I'm saying? How bad they wanted to make it out of the environment. You know what I'm saying? You can feel it.
When Migos signed to Motown via Quality Control under the broader umbrella of Universal Music Group, Quavo and his bandmates became part of this musical legacy that dates back to Berry Gordy, Diana Ross, and the Jackson 5. So when we found out that Quavo was going to be in Detroit for our 30 Under 30 Summit, we figured what better setting for an interview than the studio in the Motown Museum, the same place where all those musical legends record some of their greatest hits.
Our summer camp kids, and they're really excited to see you here today.
Berry Gordy mixed and master the albums, and that's what I do. You know what I'm saying? I record and mix and master myself. I do a lot of things myself, and and actually we started recording in the home, and that was my mama's house, and that was like the basement, so I see a lot of similarities.
What is your advice to the next generation of entrepreneurs coming up? So just as you're following in the footsteps of the Berry Gordys of the world, what would you say to those who are next in line?
Just build, be ready to build bigger, and be able to work and go hard and believe in yourself, and if it makes sense, just keep building.
In the music business, it's no longer just about making money off of music, of course. In addition to streaming and touring, a lot of bands and different kinds of acts have to get involved in other sorts of extracurricular money-making opportunities. Quavo told us that for Migos, and for him in particular, that means doing deals with brands like Martell, Lids, Finish Line, and maybe even his own sneaker at some point as well.
It's only right that I, be a part of these organizations, because now if I'm rapping about drinking in the clubs, they buying bottles in the club, I need to be having equity in some type of alcohol, you know what I'm saying, and get on the track and talk about Martell, you know what I'm saying, even with shoes and down to the drip. When we talking about drip, it's important to talk about that, but it's important to have some ownership in it if you're gonna glorify it. You know what I'm saying, I'm focused on making music, buying ice, and having fun, make sure sometimes you gotta sit down and think where you want to go with life, and where you want to go with your team, and how your team can connect to where you can be a long-term wealthy person, businessman. You know what I'm saying? It's not just all about stardom. When it's all said and done, coming down, it's time to have infrastructure for your, you know what I'm saying, for your family, for the community, for the world. You know what I'm saying? You spoke to the world. Now it's time to help build.